That additional damage is also possible.
Anthony Dobble standing by. Sounds like there's a couple different storms. One hanging out, not doing much damage. Another one maybe going to hit Louisiana, possibly, Anthony?
That's right. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Derek and Janice, we'll take a look at Tropical Storm Gamma on the satellite imagery. The center of circulation is just to the north of the Yucatan Peninsula. It's actually to the south of where the main cloud cover and convection is. So this system is not very well organized, and it's actually going to be settling down to the southwest, despite the fact that it looks like it's moving to the north on the satellite imagery. So a lot of wind shear blowing the tops of the showers and thunderstorms off to the north. That system is not going to be much of a factor. It is going to be the second system, which is Tropical Depression 26. It's called 26 because it's the 26th system of the year, the tropical depression of the year, a very active Atlantic tropical storm season and hurricane season thus far. And we've got another one that is coming together in the Central Caribbean as we speak. And all these headliners here are over the next few days. So if you follow that, you see the wind speeds, they start to escalate with time. So the National Hurricane Center anticipating a strengthening tropical depression into a tropical storm over the next 12 hours or so, and then into a hurricane as it starts to come through between the Yucatan Peninsula and Cuba, and then into the Gulf of Mexico, taking it to a Category 2 storm. There's some chance it could even go stronger than that on its journey as it does get closer to what appears to be Louisiana. Of course, as you know, you go out 4 or 5 days, the track can change. As it gets closer to the United States, it will run into some slightly cooler shelf waters at this point. Those waters are not as warm as when those other systems had been plowing through within the past month and a half, but nonetheless, still warm enough to support a pretty strong hurricane. So stay tuned on that one as we get closer to the end of the week. Right now, making landfall in Louisiana, nearby New Orleans. Again, that track can change, but that would be later Thursday into Friday. Grand Rapids on the tower cam right now. We've got those frost advisories I've been talking about, getting down into the lower half of the 30s by daybreak tomorrow. Daybreak just a few minutes after 7 o'clock. At this point, actually a little later than that, 7:44. So the days are getting much shorter now as sunset checks in at 7:15. A few clouds will be scattered about in the morning, get into the low 50s by around midday. And then the afternoon, I think by 2, 3 o'clock, there won't even be a cloud in the sky. The atmosphere really drying out from top to bottom. We make it to 60 degrees on Monday. Right now, it's the lower 40s. You can see that temperature trend as we go forth, really starting to kick it in motion. I think mid-70s at least by next weekend. And the Lake Michigan forecast, as I mentioned in the tease before the break, the wind's starting to crank up out of the south-southwest. So north of Holland tomorrow, waves can be in the ballpark of 3 to 6 feet. I think by the evening, and there's going to be additional days where I do believe the lakeshore is going to be on alert for high waves. Tuesday, especially Wednesday, as a couple clippers pass to our north. Nothing really impacting us with much rainfall, but there is one clipper coming out of Alberta into Saskatchewan, a second one pulling out of the Gulf of Alaska into British Columbia. It'll be that second one that follows that first one. They'll both miss us to the north of Lake Superior, but the flow around them will crank up those winds. And we could have some gusts around here on Wednesday to around 40 miles per hour. Waves on Lake Michigan probably in the ballpark of 4 to 7 feet at that time. And then the second part of the warm-up really starts to crank. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we could be at least low to mid-70s with no rainfall through the weekend.
All right, Anthony, thank you for that. A Florida man wanting to make sure his